Well, hello there, and welcome back to part two of this career mode as we try to take Predator Racing Team as far up the motorsport ladder as we can. They are the ranked best team, worst team I should say, and we're here for the first race, which is at the Black Sea Grand Prix, and we're just about to do the practice session now. So we're going to have a quick look here at the setup, see what we can do to start off with. I think we'll just leave it as it is. Do I want some? Yeah, I'll get them on the super soft tyres to build up the knowledge, because the longer these guys go out there on certain tyres or setup or whatever it is, they gain track knowledge, and I think it's up here active knowledge, and you can go up to 3 levels. Each level you got gives the race trim a bit more performance during the race. The same for the tyres as well, so it gives us a little bit more of an advantage during the race. Nice little cutscene here. And here we go then. So we'll send out Santa Ana first. Just keep the setup as it is. Race trim 2 laps, tyre choice super soft. I've been told that don't send them out for the whole stint, as we look to send out Evans as well. And I think we'll do exactly the same thing. Yeah, race trim 2 laps, super soft tyres to build up that knowledge. Basically send them out, get them to do 1 time lap as we speed up the process here. There we go. Send them out for 1 time lap, bring them back in, and if you can do that 2 or 3 times in the 12 minutes that we got, which is a bit unlikely I think, it'll give us a better chance of working out a decent setup for these guys. Because down here obviously, there's a few things here that we can talk about in the practice session that we'll see in a race. You can change their driving style in their engine modes. The most obvious, the biggest ones, attack and overtake. Then obviously you've got back up and low, depending on how much fuel you've got or tyre life. That's the same for Evans as well. And here you've got the setup knowledge that you see at the moment is very low. As they spend more time on the track in the practice sessions, this bar will slowly fill up. Unfortunately, Santa Ana and Evans' feedback stat is very poor. If you had someone that had a feedback of, let's say, 18, 19 or 20, this bar would walk up pretty quickly. And the higher it gets, that enables the green bar on the setup options to shrink, so it gives you more of an ideal setup option and direction of which to go in. So we're just looking at Santa Ana, well, we're looking at Evans here at the moment. Santa Ana's a few seconds down the road there, just coming around to start her flying lap. A few other things here to show about as well. We've got the current standings up here, as the game is slightly frozen there quickly, which shows you what drivers out and what tyres and where they are on the track, if they've set a lap time or anything. Here is the active knowledge. As I said, the super soft tyres and the race trim we'll be focusing on for the practice session. If we can get this up to maybe both of them onto level 2, that will give us a bit more of a performance hike during the race. The weather forecast as well, you can see here the bar moves across slowly, tells you at the bottom how long there is left of a session. The weather forecast, which is cloudy with a bit of sun, and obviously the temperature as well. Next one along is water on track. If the bar is right at the bottom, obviously it means dry conditions, and then when it starts to move up, obviously it's getting wetter during the session. And obviously the track grip here, obviously we're expecting it to be dry throughout the session, so the track grip is ever increasing as more cars go out there and lay down some rubber. And we've got the data centre here as well, which I won't click on, but it's a finer description of the current standings, which tells you, sector times and how many laps they've been on and all that. So Santa Ana is the first one to set a lap time. She's done it in a 1:28.2. Evans goes second on a 1:28.6, but these are the only 2 guys that have actually put a lap time, so I'm not expecting to stay first and second. In fact, I'll be amazed if we're not the last 2 on the track. We can change the camera view around a little bit as well. Well, that's quite nice there. You can see the back of Evans' car. So they are out there now for 2 time laps, and then obviously an in-lap, but I'm going to bring them both back in. And a little trick I have worked is if you bring them into the pits, as we've got, feels like I've got just the right aero set up, and aero is feeling great, so that's good. But if you start to select them, bring them in, just before they get to the pit lane entrance, rather than at the start of the lap you want to bring them in, these bars fill up just a little bit more, which does help, because obviously with the feedback being quite low, you want them to get as much knowledge as possible. So Santa Ana will be the first one in the garage, so we'll quickly turn her around, fit a bit more of a setup, have a little tweak, see what she's happy with. Oh, she's pretty happy with most things actually, look at that. That's quite good. So there we go, the knowledge gained, it's still quite low, but if you look here, the mechanics recommendation bars, you see there, they do start to shrink just a little bit. I think I want to keep it at least great. You can get excellent. I think it goes very poor, good, great, excellent, or something like that. I think there might be an okay in there as well, but we've got 2 greats, so I'll keep them as they are. But the downforce I will tweak just a little bit, just to give it a little bit higher, but then I want to obviously tweak that as well so it's the same, maybe a little bit less camber, and that pretty much leaves these on the great mark. And then we've increased her downforce because it looks like she wants a bit more downforce. The changes will take 21 seconds. We'll keep her on 2 lap race trim. another set of super soft tyres so we can build up that knowledge, and we'll send her back out. And as that's happening, we'll look at Evans and let's see what his knowledge is. It's even worse, to be honest, because he is such a poor driver. Okay, so his downforce is good, his handling is good, his speed balance is great. So I think again we'll add a little bit of front and rear wing, and I think, should we go a bit understeery? I think we should go a little bit understeery, see if we can get something like that. And then obviously the gear ratios as well, we'll try and bring back up if we can. Oh no, sorry, go the other way, and then we'll try and get that pretty much level. I think that's alright. Right, stints, it's going to take 27 seconds to change everything, so we'll be in the pits a little longer. Tyre choice, we'll keep him on super soft yet again. And there we go, we'll send him back out. So they've already done one time lap. Looks like we've got some sort of a decent setup on there so far, but I'd like to improve it. And we've got, well, what's that? We've 12-minute session, we're already down to 6 minutes and 52, so come on, send them out. Right, there goes Santa Ana, back out on track. So Santa Ana is 18th and William Evans is currently 19th. So Chu there at the moment is actually slower than both of us, so that's a surprise. But we are 7 seconds and 7.4 seconds off the leader's pace. I think it's quite embarrassing, isn't it, really? But anyway, out they go again. So just looking at Evans, the back of his car here. Santa Ana is about 5 or 6 seconds down the road. Quite nice, this track. It's only got about 7 or 8 corners by the looks of it. But yeah, I think the race will be quite interesting if it is going to be wet as well, if it's got changing conditions, because trying to get the pit stops right at the same time is going to be it's going to be pretty challenging, because obviously we've got to take tyre wear and the fuel loads into account. A lot of the guys push the cars as hard as they can for the first lap or two to try and pull away from all those around us, but it adds quite a lot of tyre wear and part condition wear as well, and because our reliability is pretty naff at the moment, I don't want to push the guys too much throughout the whole race, so I might just leave them on the sort of the medium setup sort of thing and see if we can get a decent result. So Santa Ana's coming around. I'm going to push her into overtake and attack mode for this lap. I'm going to do the same to Evans, and we'll keep an eye on their sector times to see if we can take a couple of seconds off with their setups. So we'll look at Santa Ana, because obviously she is the first of the two. I don't know when the sector split times are. She puts a move on someone there around the outside. Let's have a look down there. No, she hasn't improved in the first sector time. Wait to see if William Evans will improve. He does improve. He's gone green. So Santa Ana at the moment, maybe a setup isn't working too good. And you see there the knowledge actually slowly building up. It's now gone into the medium. The aero setup is way better. Nice one. Oh, that's good then. And the aero's feeling so much nicer now for William Evans. So it looks like we're doing pretty well with them on their setup wise. You can see, but obviously Evans' feedback score is less than Santa Ana because he's still in the red, while Santa Ana is now in the yellowy orangey. So Santa Ana coming across the line. Will she improve on a 28.2? She does, 25.8, and we're waiting for William Evans to see if he'll improve on a 28.6. And he does, it's a 25.3. So look at that, we're up to 15th and 17th so far, so that's pretty encouraging so far. Now I'm pretty pleased with that, but we did obviously have him on the super soft tyre going absolutely gung-ho. So at the end of this lap, we'll be bringing Santa Ana and William Evans back in again. We'll have another setup tweak if we can, send him back out. I don't think they'll have time for a third time lap. So look up here, there we go. The knowledge unlocked for race trim only level 1. And I think we've got the same for super soft tyres, so I don't think we're going to be getting level 2 anytime soon. So at least level 1's better than nothing. So there we go, Santa Ana is coming into the pits. And I might as well click on William Evans as well. Yep, he'll be in a few seconds. So back to Santa Ana. She should be putting into a garage any second now. Indeed she does. Okay, now let's have a quick look here, because we've got two different setups to now work with. 91% happy. So it's gone to great. That's back down to good and good. So if we look here, try and see the difference. If we take off a little bit of... Right, okay, so I need to basically get both of these... Oh, there's such a difference, isn't there? Basically need a little bit of acceleration and maybe, so if we bring that down to that, come on, it's not going to do it, is it? Come on, there we go. Oh, that's a bit too much. There we go, leave it on there like that, and then stick that on there like that. That might put them back to great and great. I certainly hope so anyway. Anyway, stints, we'll keep it as the same. Tyre choice, well, we might as well send it back out on super soft. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. She won't be able to get a time lap in. Well, she might be able to, I don't know. Anyway, William Evans will be coming into the pits now. There he is at the bottom of the screen. In he goes. Excellent, excellent, great. Look at that. I might just leave it at that actually. and then send him straight back out, so he definitely can get another time. Like, look at that, 98%. So look at the speed balance. Was it like down there? Great, great. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. Exactly as it is. I'm going to bolt on another set of super soft tyres, and then we're going to chuck him back out. Lovely. So we'll just sit back and relax now. New set of tyres for William Evans. Might as well, if we can, bump this up to overtake and attack again, and we'll do the same for William Evans. See if we can try and improve on their pace. At the moment they are 16th and 18th. 5.3 and 5.8 seconds off the pace, so that's not too bad, I don't think. Of course, it would be nice if we can try and move up the order a little bit, but the main thing is for the first probably 2 or 3 races at least is just make sure our reliability is as good as we can make it, and then once the reliability is sorted we can look at maybe making some performance gains, or if we get some good sponsorship or get a bit of money together in the next 2 or 3 races we can look at maybe upgrading a few parts of the headquarters as well, because the more you upgrade the better performance parts you get, the quicker the drivers will develop and increase their stats, so it's all a massive benefit. The only problem is of course it spends quite a bit of money. Here we go, Santa Ana and Evans at the moment are on their flying laps. The practice session is now over, so this will be it for them. Should we have a look at Santa Ana? How is she doing in the first sector? I think it will probably... she hasn't improved, so not great. We're still 16th and 18th though, so that's the main thing. Evans' handling is feeling superb here, guys. Nice work. Yeah, well, we haven't changed the setup, so I'd be surprised if it was now crap. Santa Ana, has she improved in the second sector or not? William Evans has in the first sector. Santa Ana hasn't. I'm expecting William Evans to increase. No, he hasn't. So Santa Ana will come round. What will bring this down? So Santa Ana at the moment, her fastest lap is a 25.8. 25.3 for Evans. Does Santa Ana improve? She does to a 24.9. Does Evans improve? 25.3. So they have improved a little bit. 4.9 and 5.3 seconds off the pace. So it's not that bad really. We're not last, or second last even, so that makes it a bit easier for us, but obviously in the race it's going to be a completely different matter. But I'm happy that we've got 2 decent setups there, so hopefully once the race comes, which I'm probably going to do in the next part, indeed practice session is now over, I think I will do the third part of the race, because I don't want this video to be too long, because I'm literally not going to be cutting anything out, it's literally going to be playing as it goes. So we'll have a look here as you scroll to the bottom. There we go, 17th and 18th, so it certainly could have been worse. Silver Racing looks way ahead in practice. We've got some tweets here as well. Predator Racing Group, you need a better driver in a Santa Ana unless you want to come last all season. Pretty lame practice session from Predator Racing Group. Okay, thank you Fausta Pizzoni. Who the hell are you? Anyway, I think that's it. We're going to be going to the race now, so I'm probably going to cut the video there. Indeed, we are where we are in the grid. So yeah, so the third part will be the race, and hopefully we can get some sort of a decent result.